Are you ready to get started?
Let's get started.
Let's get started.
How nervous I am.
I do want to tell everybody we're really excited about doing a Facebook Live, but this is literally Linda and my first Facebook Live experience. So we're glad you are coming along for the journey. More importantly, I'm very, very excited to be with Linda. I don't know if you know this about Linda, but she is literally the green power guru. She knows more about the green power rebuilder and has so much experience with it and so many stories about it that when I wanted to do a live demo using the green power rebuilder, immediately Linda was all I could think about. I thought about Linda so much. So what I want to do is tell you how unique the protocol we're doing today is. Before we get started, Lyra Clinical publishes an annual professional guide twice a year. We do a spring, summer, and we do a fall, winter. Well, we are just about to launch the fall, winter guide for 2020. The cover is absolutely beautiful. Just a little sneak peek for you. Inside of that professional guide, we have our morning mist protocol featuring our green power rebuilder, one of my all-time favorite products from Lyra Clinical. That's what we're going to be doing today. So before I jump in, I want to hand a little bit of time over to Linda Amato and let her tell you how she's used the Lyra Clinical Guides in her medical spa and how she's been able to use them successfully to make her business grow, work smarter, not harder. Linda?
Well, I have 9 years of green power floating through my head, so I'm going to try and keep it to the point because I know we don't have all day. But of course, the first question I'm always asked is, what exactly is green power? And green power is within Lyra's range of professional smart peel solutions. But it's very unique because, I hope you could see this, it's a dry formula. So it looks like a green powder. And I know there's a lot of different dry herbs out on the market, but Lyra's really is very unique. And for 2 big reasons. Of course, the ingredient blend, those amazing ingredients inside green power, but the size of the herbs. And remember, when you're dealing with something like this, size does matter.
Size matters.
Because these herbs are finely milled and they're all natural, but because they're finely milled, that literally opens up a whole world of treatments we can do with green power. I mean, the treatment options are endless. So depending on how we use it, we can treat all skin types, tones, and conditions. I've used it as just a nice energizing mask to wake up really dull, lifeless skin. I've treated bruises on my own body. I have done procedures at the medical spa as aggressive as a TCA. And one of my favorite ways to use it is as a great natural alternative to microneedling instead of using a pen or a roller. In fact, I look at this as combining microneedling and microdermabrasion all in one, because we can use these herbs like tiny microneedles for great collagen induction therapy, but at the same time, we're getting a great surface exfoliation. So if people think it's just a peel, it's way beyond that, without a doubt.
So what you're saying is we're getting a mechanical exfoliation, we're getting collagen stimulation, we're waking up our fibroblasts, and we're also nourishing and healing the skin, all with the same ingredients.
Exactly, and lots of energy. And if I can tell everybody really quick how I met green power, it's actually a kind of funny story, and some other people might have had this same experience. So 9 years ago, I was at the Chicago Aesthetic Show at the Lyra booth, and that's where I met green power for the very first time. And as they were massaging it into the back of my hand, whatever she was saying, I had no clue because it felt like shards of glass. And my sister was with me, and I remember telling her, they're nuts. These people are crazy. They think I'm going to use this on my face. Because keep in mind, I'm the nightmare patient. I have rosacea and melasma, which I actually call malacia, problematic skin, aging skin, highly sensitive and reactive. So last thing I wanted to do was, use this on my face. And it really was like a bad first date, just like my first date with my husband, because I wanted nothing to do with it. And just like that first date with my husband that went really bad, over the next couple days, I couldn't get green power out of my mind. I needed to know more. I wanted a second date. And honestly, the more I learned about green power, the more I used it, the more I fell in love. And honestly, the rest is history. 9 years later, I can't imagine green power not in my life.
I love that. That's such a beautiful story, how you met your green power. I mean, your husband.
Both, yeah. So green power is my love affair in skincare. And I have my husband.
Perfect. That's how I feel about the Mystique Beauty Oil. And I actually have a similar story for another time. Well, Linda, can I dive into the protocol? I'm super ready to introduce this new protocol. I know you had a chance to try this protocol last week as well. And did you love it?
I absolutely loved it. In fact, I did it again yesterday.
Ooh.
And if I can just quickly describe this protocol, because I want everybody to really understand what morning mist is. So it is one of Lyra's hydrating hybrid peels. And first, I want to be clear of what it's
okay,
not.
Yeah, hybrid peel. What's a hybrid peel?
Oh, it is beautiful. In fact, at the medical spa, that's what we use as our clinical facial. But Lyra's hybrid treatments bring together the best of both worlds between a facial and a peel. So I call them hot day treatments. You get.
So if I do this, does that mean I'm going to get a hot date?
Well, I hope so. I don't know.
Maybe
Swipe. What is it? Swipe left or swipe right?
Our hot date peel.
Exactly, but it will be more corrective than a facial treatment, but of course not as intense as a peel. So right in between. Great first time, anytime treatments all summer long. And this morning mist especially, I want to be clear of what it's not. It's not that hydrating facial treatment where we're applying, rich creams and oils, which of course those are better for dry skin. But for somebody like me, way too rich. So Lyra's hybrid hydrating treatments are perfect for any skin type that's thirsty. And in order to quench that thirst, like in this protocol, we're going to detoxify and gently exfoliate that skin so then we can get in and just drench that skin in nourishment, stimulate, energize the skin in order to replenish natural hydration. So this is beautiful for everybody.
Oh, I'm so excited. Can we do it now? You have me all excited about it.
All right, go ahead. Let's get it go. Let's get this party started.
You have me all excited to do this for my skin. I've already cleansed my skin. So I started with the Mystique Illuminating Cleanser, the Lyra Clinical Creamy Cleanser. That is going to help remove any makeup. It's going to remove oil, dirt, debris, get the skin really nice and clean so that we can do our secondary cleanse where we're going to go a little bit deeper, a little bit more stimulating with the gel cleanser, the bioenzyme cleanser. This is something that is going to drop the pH a little bit and it's going to create that perfect clean palette for me to deliver this beautiful protocol to my skin. Before on our protocols, you may have noticed that we had a step where we're degreasing the skin with the Primer Plus. For this particular protocol, instead of degreasing with the Primer Plus, we're actually going to do a step called detoxify. We're going to detox the skin, and we are going to use our wonderful ice refining mask to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply the ice refining mask directly to my skin. While I apply this, since I apparently can't talk and do application at the same time, I'm going to let Linda tell you why we love the ice refining mask and how and why we are using it to detox the skin before we do the green power.
So ice refining mask, in fact, every product in this protocol happens to be one of my favorites, but the ice refining mask is a universal treatment mask, which makes it very popular, not just for back bar, but for home care as well. And in this protocol, we're using it as our all-in-one detox and prep step. So I'm an ingredient nerd. I have to talk about the ingredients. This is a kaolin clay mask with purifying charcoal. So those are literally like magnets, drawing impurities out of the skin and also degreasing the skin. And we're also doing some gentle exfoliation with lactic and salicylic acids. And if you happen to be sensitive, don't let those acids scare you, because even on my rosacea skin, this actually feels very cooling. And the reason for that is because of Lyra's wonderful healing peptide delivery system. So what that does, it takes those acids, and while it's delivering the acids into the skin, at the same time, it's soothing the skin. So it takes that bite out of the feeling of those acids, which I absolutely love. For home care, I highly recommend this mask for anybody that needs a detox, has problematic skin. And then let's face it, today, maskne is a huge thing. So it can be used at home as a great detox treatment. But I also love this as an overnight acne spot treatment. And for that, as soon as I notice I'm getting a pimple, all I do is, before I go to bed, I'll apply my ice clear stick, let it absorb, dot this ice refining mask on, go to sleep, and it really does help clear up those acne lesions very quickly. And it's perfect for somebody like me. I can't use benzoyl peroxide. My skin gets very angry when I use benzoyl peroxide. So this is a great alternative. So in this step, we can leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes. And April, you did a beautiful job. I will let you take over from here.
So right now, my skin feels very cool. It's an active cool, though. It doesn't feel tingly or warm. It feels very cool. It feels like something is happening with my skin. It's energizing beneath the surface, and it's also drying. If you noticed, I did a quite a thin application of the ice refining mask because I do want it to dry. So what will happen is, as it's drying and pulling those impurities, it's going to turn white. So you actually can see that it's already, in the areas I applied first, it's already starting to dry. I'll know it's complete and ready to remove when it's completely dry. Because of the kaolin clay and the charcoal in this mask, we are able to truly deeply purify and detoxify the skin. One of the other things that I truly love about the ice refining mask is how well it refines pores, because we have two ingredients that are dedicated to pore refining. We have our niacinamide and we have our Mask Tech, that exclusive ingredient. Lyra Clinical is the only one that has Mask Tech. You're going to hear us talk about it a little bit today because it's in the ice refining mask. It was in the Mystique Illuminating Cleanser that I used. It's in the Mystique Beauty Oil. It's even finely milled in with the Green Power, and Linda's going to talk about that a little bit more. But that Mask Tech that is exclusive to Lyra gives us pore refinement in addition to anti-inflammatory ingredients right in a single ingredient. So having that infused into this charcoal and kaolin clay really does enhance the benefits of this peel. Okay, so when I'm ready to remove the ice refining mask, what I want to do, and the easiest removal and the best way to get the most benefits from detoxification, is to actually use the pH solution, otherwise known as the biohydrating mineral mist. When you use this beautiful solution, your clients are going to probably wake up because, you know, we probably got them all relaxed, put them to sleep. We're going to spritz their skin, or maybe spritz our gloved hands. In fact, I'm going to actually apply my gloves now while I'm thinking about it. You can spritz your gloved hands with the pH solution. You're going to re-wet the entire mask so that not only are you going to have an easier removal by re-wetting it, you're also going to be infusing the skin with your pomegranate. You're going to be infusing the skin with your acai berry, your healing gold and silver. all kinds of anti-inflammatory, detoxifying, antioxidant ingredients so that when we go to the next step, that skin is detoxified and purified. So absolutely use your pH solution, let your client experience the full benefits of the pH solution in the treatment room, and then have them take the biohydrating mineral mist home. That's your retail equivalent of this very popular back bar item. So as you can see, it's white now. There's still a few areas of the gray where I applied it a little bit thicker, but it is getting really close to being ready to remove. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spritz my hand. I'm going to spritz my gloves with the pH solution. Now I can just spritz my face if I want to. My preference is to spritz my gloved hands. I just feel like I get a little bit more control that way. So I'm going to go ahead and spritz my hands, and I'm going to create a new paste here for all of those benefits, all those anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial benefits, and to make it so that it removes more easily for me. So as you can see, it's re-wet. And once I have everything re-wet with that pH solution, I can go ahead and I can finish the removal process with my sponges or a barber towel or whatever your preference is for removal. In a treatment room, I would probably use a barber towel, but for this video, I'm going to go ahead and remove with my sponges. Linda, do you want to take over and introduce our next step, your 3-part introduction to what we're doing next while I complete the removal process of the ice refining mask?
Absolutely. The next step is the star of our show, Green Power. And in this protocol, just remember, we're using it to gently exfoliate the skin at first. So one thing when I'm teaching Green Power classes, I love to let everybody know there's really 3 important things you have to remember about Green Power that will determine your overall result, whether it's very gentle or pretty intense. So I call them the 3 M's. Mix, sorry, I kind of deer in headlights. Mix, measure, and massage. So for this next step, the first thing we have to do is decide what we're going to mix the dry herbs of Green Power with. And there are so many options. Because this is a gentle procedure, we want to choose a gentle product because that Green Power, it needs a carrier in order for us to manipulate it into the skin. So for this exfoliating step, we're going to mix Green Power with the bioenzyme cleanser. Nice, gentle product. And because it's in that gel base, that gel kind of gives those herbs a nice cushion or layer of protection for the skin. So we don't, get too crazy. It just keeps it nice and gentle. And where did April go?
She was removing her mask. Sure.
Oh.
So I have mixed, and today we are going to mix with the bioenzyme cleanser. I have 7.5 ml of the bioenzyme cleanser, and I am going to take, and she mentioned measure is important because with the Green Power, the more Green Power you add, the more robust or more advanced the treatment's going to be. We've talked about this as a gentle, hydrating, more universal type treatment. So I'm actually going to do half of a capful. This cap is actually a really handy measuring device. So we have the option to use the cap as kind of a reference point. So I'm going to do half of a capful right there into the biohydrating enzyme cleanser.
And it's really easy when you're starting with Green Power because our protocols give you the exact measurements, the exact product to mix with Green Power.
I'm going to add a few drops of the beauty oil. 1, 2, 3 drops of the Mystique Illuminating Beauty Oil right into that mixture. And
I never tried drops of beauty oil in the Green Power, and I absolutely love this. Again, it keeps it gentle, but you're getting some great nutrition.
Okay, so we've got the mix, we've got the measure. What's next, Linda?
Next is massage. And again, in the protocols, as far as time, our guideline is usually 1 to 2 minutes. And what's really important about massage, though, is the pressure that you use. So, again, whether it's fine, more fragile skin, you want a nice gentle treatment, you want nice light pressure. And with my clients, as I'm massaging it in, I would just tell them, let me know when you just start feeling sparkles on your skin. I don't want it to be, too intense. So if your client tells you that, then you know that's where you stop for that gentle treatment. And of course, more intense, we'll use more pressure, more time. But in this protocol, it's 1 to 2 minutes. And how does it feel, April, as you're massaging it into the skin?
It feels like a mechanical exfoliation at this point. I'm not really feeling the sparklies yet. I'm being fairly gentle with my skin.
Well, and I'm sorry, that's what I mean by, just a little sparkle, not laser resurfacing. Just, you just start
I'm actually
feeling
starting now as I continue to massage. Now I'm feeling the sparkly, but it started out feeling mechanical exfoliation, a little bit like a scrub. Now I am feeling the sparkle. I'm absolutely feeling the sparkle now. Just took a minute.
Yeah, and just remember, as you're massaging it in, we want to keep this gentle. So be real aware of your pressure. You don't want to go too crazy because then you're going from a gentle treatment to more collagen induction therapy, the more pressure that you use.
One thing I'm loving about mixing it with the bio cleanser and the beauty oil is this slip is absolutely perfect to bring it up and have really nice control around my brow area, across those upper cheekbones just below the eye. And I'm even getting, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm getting right there on that vermilion border. And I've got this beautiful, beautiful slip from that mixture. Okay, I feel like I've massaged myself to where it's everywhere I want it. Now, the next step is kind of unique. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step while Linda tells you why we're doing this next step.
Exactly. Oh, and just so you know, in that mixture, there's also plenty if you want to do your client's neck and décolleté as well. There's plenty of mixture for that. So our next step, April is going to apply a gauze mask soaked in that pH solution. So as you saw, that green power exfoliating mixture was not removed. That stays on the skin. So she soaked that gauze with pH solution. She's applying it. It needs to stay on for 5 minutes. And that's really important. You're probably wondering why. Believe it or not, everything has a purpose. So by doing this, we've just turned that gentle exfoliating mixture into a nourishing, stimulating, energizing treatment mask. So think about just the ingredients that are in the pH solution. We're loading the skin with those ingredients. But with pH solution, keeping those herbs hydrated, that allows all of those incredible ingredients in green power to be released and absorbed into the skin and actually treat the skin. And that is really important. So while April is going to enjoy her mask, I get to be that ingredient nerd. And I want to tell you exactly what ingredients are in green power, because again, that's one thing special about this. So in green power, April's skin is soaking up green tea. So of course, green tea is not a new ingredient, but still one of my favorites because of its brightening properties. It's a potent antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. It also has some great natural antimicrobial properties to it as well. So great for all my skin conditions. Next is that magical Mystica, Lyra Clinical's Mask Tech. pore refining, brightening, healing, restoring. Absolutely love Mastica. And then there's also 3 different plant stem cells in Green Power. And remember, plant stem cells on their own give the skin just a huge boost in nutrition. But in Green Power specifically, sea fennel and lilac plant stem cells are wonderful when we're trying to improve hyperpigmentation because of the brightening properties. And lilac also is great for oily and problematic skin because it helps with sebum control, sebum oil production. And then I think my favorite is probably argan plant stem cell, because not only is it great for healthy cell repair, but it firms, tightens, and tones the skin. And honestly, I've been peeling for almost 20 years in the whole world of peels with my own eyes. And keep in mind, I'm a big skeptic. Out of all the peel solutions I can choose, without a doubt, Green Power has given me the best firming and toning effect out of all the peel solutions. So those are the plant stem cells. And then finally, the green in Green Power is Badiaga. And this is where I really want you to think of green energy, because first, Badiaga is a freshwater, all natural sponge, and it's been used in Europe and Asia for hundreds of years therapeutically to treat everything from headaches to tuberculosis. And the reason it's highly beneficial to the skin is because of its high mineral content. So the minerals in Green Power, silica helps water bond to cells, but also helps with healthy collagen production. And then lime and alumina. Think of those as the Energizer bunnies of Green Power. Lime and alumina help to increase circulation, purify the blood, intensify metabolism, and stimulate circulation. So there is all of that energy. So when I say that I can use Green Power gently just as an energy mask to wake up that dull, lifeless skin, it's very true. And again, I'm a skeptic. Treating my own bruises, I had a really bad car accident 3 years ago, and I did Green Power compresses, and I have the photos. After 20 minutes, I looked at the photos, I couldn't believe my eyes. I saw that that bruise was already breaking up, and 24 hours later, it was incredible. So even just for, if you're doing injections, and you get that patient call, I have some bruises, bring them in just for a little Green Power treatment mask. So April, are you awake? I'm sorry. Again, 9 years of Green Power in my head. I apologize for pontificating.
Okay, let's take this energy mask off. That really did feel energizing. You could feel it on the skin. You could feel that energy in the skin. And a lot of the Green Power with the mask, a lot of the Green Power with the solution comes off with the gauze. So I'm just going to reach for a sponge and remove the rest of it. You could use a barber towel, you could use gauze, you can use whatever you want to remove the residue, the residual product, but most of it came off with the gauze mask. I got nice and pink. What do you guys think? Pink, pink, pink.
But it's not a burning pink, is it?
No, it's a stimulated pink.
Like
it's
stimulation.
Something good is happening on the skin, a stimulating pink. And in fact, my skin is energized and ready to receive the next step in the protocol, which I'm very excited about this product because it's my favorite product from Lyra. This is the back bar size. This is the Pro Light Serum. This is your powerhouse tyrosinase inhibitor that I love to put it on as the very first step after any type of a treatment. And I love to have my clients conditioning with this at home on a daily basis, once to twice per day, to help their skin receive any treatment that I want to do on it while keeping melanogenesis in check, making sure that the skin is going to receive everything that we do without having the melanocytes get shaken up. And that's super important when it comes to clients with pigmentation or your darker Fitzpatrick 3 and above. It's mandatory for them to be using the Pro Light Serum to help prevent post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation when they're doing corrective treatments.
Oh, it's funny you have the professional size, because I do too. And people always ask me, what's the one Lyra product you couldn't do without? And besides my BB cream, I would kill for my Pro Light Serum because, again, having rosacea and melasma, this is the best product. It really saved my skin because I can't use retinol. I cannot use hydroquinone. So to use something that's more gentle, not only for my melasma, maintaining that, but for my rosacea as well. So besides all of those great tyrosinase inhibitors, it's loaded with anti-inflammatories. So it's my Malaysia treatment serum for melasma and rosacea.
I love it. And you hit on the two most important things when it comes to pigmentation. We have to control the melanocyte, but one of the main triggers that people underestimate when it comes to pigmentation is inflammation. We're all about putting on the sunscreen, stop the UV rays, that's going to stop the pigmentation. But what they don't realize is that inflammation is one of the 5 triggers of pigmentation. In fact, it's one of the most prevalent. It's one of the biggest causes of hyperpigmentation. So having a rock star product that controls both, it's a win-win, and that's probably why it's one of Lyra's bestsellers. So we've brightened the skin. So now I want to heal, right? I want to heal my skin. What is more healing and nourishing than the Mystique Illuminating Beauty Oil? Not much. This is my Desert Island product. Now, granted, of course, I'm going to have my sunscreen. Of course, I'm going to have my BB cream, because when I get rescued by one of the Helmsworth brothers, this is a fantasy, right? If I'm on a deserted island, it's going to be a 5-star hotel on my deserted island as well. But I want to look my very best, and I want my skin to stay nourished and hydrated. So I'm going to have my beauty oil, my BB cream.
And I'll be on the deserted island with Dwayne Johnson.
So what do you want on a deserted island? The Rock?
No, April gave me a great tip for doing this today. She said, yeah, put a picture by your phone camera. So I have a little picture of a mini Dwayne Johnson. So if I've been giggling a little bit too much, that's why.
She's thinking about her fabulous husband, The Rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I married the pebble. No, sorry.
Actually, Linda and I have fought over him. She won, though, because she's tougher than I am. She gets to have The Rock. She gets to claim him. Okay, so we've healed. Now we are going to use the exclusive Pure Hyaluronic, Pure HA from Lyra Clinical. This is something that is professional only, something you should have in your back bar, especially for hydration, plumping, as well as creating that glide and pure glide that you need when you're doing collagen induction therapy with your devices. Love, love, love this product. A little bit goes a very long way. It adds a ton of moisture volume right into the skin. It feels amazing. It has beautiful glide. And it's pure HA. It's really something that was the brainchild of one of our owners, because she wanted a pure hyaluronic, because we love microneedling, we love CIT. If your clients want a powerful hyaluronic acid serum to use at home on a daily basis, that's when you're going to get the biohydrate infusion. So the Pure HA, that's your professional hyaluronic acid that you would use in your treatment room. For your clients, they need that hyaluronic acid at home, especially for rosacea. The biohydrate infusion is going to be the one that they take home with them. Okay, so let's do the peepers and the smile. Let's do the eyes and the lips. Mystique Perfecting Eye Cream. A little bit goes a long way. I'm going to go ahead and tap that into both fingers. Work it around the eye area. If I have any extra, because it does have amazing peptides, sometimes I will actually bring it around my lip area, but let's go ahead and just tap that in real fast. So you guys can see that. Finish with my Bio Lip Factor. Now this is my own Bio Lip Factor from my handbag, so I'm going to go ahead and just okay, now we're going to take an extra few minutes to show you the Lyra BB cream application. So what I'm going to do, and this is what we do with our clients because I'm so committed to the Lyra BB cream. I want every single one of my clients. So I'll go ahead and I'll take my Lyra BB cream brush, my Lyra BB brush. I'll take the BB cream in the correct color. I'll sit them up. I'll take them to my BB bar so that they can watch me do the application, or if I don't have a BB bar yet, I'll give them a mirror that they can watch along so that they can see how I'm applying their BB cream. I'll go ahead and do half of the face so that they can see how beautiful, how lightweight, and how easy this is to use this multifunctional product that's going to be my hydration, it's going to be my broad spectrum physical protection, and it's going to be my foundation. So it's going to do everything that I need to get me out the door and ready to face my day. So once it's been stippled around the skin a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and just blend it right into the skin with my Lyra BB brush. The nice thing about this is that a little tiny bit goes a very long ways. You get that beautiful full protection, but you get it in a breathable way. So with the Lyra BB creams, you're getting a breathable pigmentation. You're getting that breathable pigment that is in the BB cream. And that makes a big difference when it comes to having a clean, non-comedogenic foundation. This is a BB cream, not a foundation, but the reason I'm saying it that way is because one of my very first steps when it comes to acne clients that wear foundation is to get them off of the whatever foundation they're using and right onto the Lyra BB cream. That is something that will hands down accelerate the recovery of your acne clients so very, very quickly.
Okay. I don't think a lot of people, if I can, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but with BB cream, it actually first came out as kind of like a camouflage and healing product where in the medical spa after TCA, we could put the BB cream on so people don't leave, you know, or even after laser looking like burn victims. And it's funny, I think the more we started using it, it took on a life of its own to cosmetics and all sorts of things. But
it's
for
really
everyone
become
working
a trend. People love it. People love
exactly. It. For everyone working at a medical spa, don't forget you can put this on the skin right when you've completed TCA, lasers, and things like that. And I mean, the skin looks great, and it starts the healing process besides protecting.
So when your client sees how easy that was, how lightweight the coverage feels, and how nice it looks, and I'll tell you right now, the BB cream is the only foundation that I use, and it will last my entire day. It will last through a trade show, even in Las Vegas, even in June. So this BB cream is going to go the distance. So once your clients see that, they are going to want to take one home. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the other half of my face just like I would for a client. And then I'm going to very quickly show you, I need just the tiniest bit more. Very quickly show you how to do a quick and easy contour. No, I'm obviously not a makeup artist. We do have a wonderful makeup artist that releases BB cream tutorials for you guys, but I have a quick and easy one that I do for myself daily so that I am out the door in just a couple of minutes in the morning. Oh, I still have refining mask on my ear. That's pretty.
Well, Monica Majira, she's in Poland now, and I miss you so much, Monica. She did that beautiful contouring video with the BB creams that is on this page, I believe, that we posted. So great tips, and she just does a wonderful job. She's an incredible makeup artist.
Okay, so I have my BB cream applied. I am ready to face the day. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give myself a little bit of color. I'm going to take the BB Ombre. So I use BB Blanc. That's the shade that's fully pigmented. That is the right color for me. It's our most fair shade. I'm going to take my BB Ombre, which is 3 steps down. I'm going to just do like a rice grain amount. I'm going to warm it in my hands. And then I'm simply going to lift right under that cheekbone and just get a little bit of bronzing. Do a little quick tap on my forehead. And then I'm going to put the rest on my décolleté for a little bit of sun-kissed bronze. And that's your protocol. I have thoroughly enjoyed this. My skin feels revitalized, energized. I feel like I'm ready to go out and have a hot date. I'm just curious if somebody set that up for me yet. You know, we talked about it at the beginning, guys. We've had 30 minutes for you to get me that hot date, and I'm ready for it. Ready for it. But back to the meat of the subject. If you've loved this, I can't wait to hear your feedback on the new professional guide that is going to be released later this month. And I hope that you will bombard your local regional manager and educator with all the questions you have about green power. I know our wonderful Tiffany McLaughlin has been answering questions as we've been talking, but I hope you'll take advantage of your own regional educator and representative. They are dedicated to your success. They are all part of our education team. They're very, very knowledgeable, and they are ready to take you to that next level. Thanks so much. Linda, do you want to add anything before we Facebook poke and finish?
You know I always do.
She always does. She's so much knowledge.
You know I always have something to say. But today we just scratched the surface with green power. I mean, literally. And as an educator, and I'm sure I can speak for all of the Lyra educators, we love taking you from that peel chef or peel cook, you know, learning our protocols like you're learning, following a recipe, to that master chef or master mixologist of peels. So definitely get in touch with your educator, and I hope that we can do that online certification. So I'm curious to see if, you know, if we have enough interest when we post that poll. I'm sure the education department will make that happen, because I miss all of you not being able to travel. I miss seeing all of your beautiful faces. So thank you so much for joining us and letting me